Tinubu at U.S. prayer breakfast. And we have this one, 4.5 million girls at risk of female genital mutilation in 2026, and that's according to UNFPA. Teenager 8-year-old drone in Kano. Dropouts loom parents, students cry out over proposed UNN fee hike, and more here still on the front page of the Punch newspaper. Teenager 8-year-old drone in Kano taken earlier. India arrests 2 Nigerians for impersonation. Property dispute. Abia man dies after alleged son's assault. Nigerian jailed for life after stabbing UK student to death. Police probe documentary on Nigerian accused of posing as Dubai hair. We take our first break this morning, and when we do come back, we'll be having more on the Break It On Papers review. Please do stay with us.
Stay tuned to 32 FM 94.9.
Every meal I cook must taste just right. Rich, delicious, full of love.
We hear you. Your Maggi Star in double cubes. Double the flavor, double the convenience. The same trusted taste you love. Maggi Star Double Cubes, made from fermented soya and other selected ingredients for that deep flavor and quality that only Maggi brings to your dishes.
Absolutely delicious.
Get Maggi Double Cubes today. Me and Maggi, so good together.
Broda mi bá mi yọ̀. Mo ti ra àádọ́rin ẹgbẹ̀rún náírà fi pamọ́ nínú àkókò yìí. Ọdún December tó ń bọ̀ yìí á yàtọ̀ o.
Ìyẹn máa dá o. Ṣùgbọ́n tó bá jẹ́ wípé orí Smart Saver ló fi pamọ́ sí ni, ẹgbẹ̀rún lẹ́ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ́gbẹ̀ta náírà yóò ti gorí ẹ̀ o.
Ìpín márùndínlógún ìdá ọgọ́rùn-ún lọ́dún kan nìyẹn.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, ẹ ti fi Smart Cash ra data, ra àkókò ìbánisọ̀rọ̀, ẹ tún fi sanwó àwọn ohun èlò. Ní báyìí, a ti fi Smart Saver kún o. O lè rí tó ìpín márùndínlógún ìdá ọgọ́rùn-ún gbà ní ọdún kan lórí iyekíye tí o bá fi pamọ́. Ojoojúmọ́ ni ìpín rẹ yóò máa wọnú àkáǹtì rẹ. O lè gba owó rẹ nígbàkigbà. Ohun tó dára jù ni wípé o lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ pẹ̀lú iyekíye. Dáúnlóòdù app Smart Cash kí ìwọ náà bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí jẹ̀gbádùn. Smart Cash látọwọ́ INT'L. Òfin àti ọ̀rọ̀ àsọtẹ́lẹ̀ wà o. Money matter na sense.
This Ramadan, emotions ignite. Can rival sisters overcome pride? Will a defiant daughter find forgiveness? Can a bride's faith save her husband? A businessman rediscovers family. An influencer chooses between friends and fame. A single mom discovers even strength needs support.
6 stories, 30 days. Faith, family, friendship, food, forgiveness. Tales of Ramadan Season 2. Catch every dramatic moment on TV and digital. This Ramadan, Maggie turns up the heat.
Me and Maggie, so good together.
Here you go, dear.
Mom, you didn't add milk.
No need to. Taste it and see why.
Wow, but how?
Is it milky?
Yes.
Is it creamy?
Yes.
That's Milo 3-in-1 milky and creamy for you. It's so milky. I don't need to add more milk.
I love it, Mommy.
Give your kids Milo 3-in-1, milky and creamy. It's truly milky. It contains calcium to help your champ win every day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo. Jẹ́ nínú ẹ̀bùn owó tó lé ní 80 million naira àtàwọn ẹ̀bùn míì tó jojú ní gbèsè nínú ìdíje Golden Hunt promo yìí.
Kò yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ìkéde yìí mọ́ rárá. Pàápàá tó tún ní í ṣe pẹ̀lú ẹ̀bùn owó tó jẹ́ 80 million naira àti ẹ̀bùn mìíràn tí wọ́n tún mẹ́nu bà.
Kí ló dé tó fi sọ bẹ́ẹ̀?
Nítorí pé ìyá mi nìkan ti tó láti wá díẹ̀ tó tún lọ́rọ̀ owó tó jẹ́ 80 million naira nínú.
Ẹ jẹ́ kí ìṣàwárí náà bẹ̀rẹ̀. Ẹ ṣáà ti ra yálà òdiwọ̀n 30 gram àti 45 gram Golden Mon Golden Hunt tó ń lọ lọ́wọ́. Ẹ yẹnu rẹ̀ wò fún nọ́mbà àrà ọ̀tọ̀ kan kí ẹ sì tẹ *8011*1# kẹ́lẹ̀ ní àǹfààní àti jẹ̀bù ńlá. Promo parí ní April 15, 2026. Golden Mon jẹ́ kí gbogbo ọjọ́ ó dàbí wúrà.
Jẹ́ ìgbádùn ìtọ́wò àṣà pẹ̀lú kóró ìsebẹ̀ Mr. Chef tó ṣe fi ìka méjì rún. Ó wà ní kóró ìsebẹ̀ adùn adìẹ, ẹran màálù àti gbogbo nìṣe. Mr. Chef, adùn oúnjẹ ilé, adùn ìtọ́wò àṣà. Chef of life.
Here you go, dear.
Mom, you didn't add milk.
No need to. Taste it and see why.
Wow, but how?
Is it milky?
Yes.
Is it creamy?
Yes.
That's Milo 3-in-1 milky and creamy for you. It's so milky. I don't need to add more milk.
I love it, Mommy.
Give your kids Milo 3-in-1, milky and creamy. It's truly milky. It contains calcium to help your champ win every day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo!
Every meal I cook must taste just right. Rich, delicious, full of love.
We hear you. Your Maggie Star in double cubes. Double the flavor, double the convenience. The same trusted taste you love. Maggie Star Double Cubes. Made from fermented soya and other selected ingredients for that deep flavor and quality that only Maggie brings to your dishes.
Absolutely delicious.
Get Maggie Double Cubes today. Me and Maggie, so good together.
Kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Ó ga o, gbogbo ìgbà tí mo bá fi owó ránṣẹ́ tàbí gbowó wọlé, fíám, wọ́n kàn máa fa oríṣiríṣi owó yọ lọ́wọ́ mi ni. Owó àláàtì, owó ìfowóránṣẹ́ àti owó lórí pé mo san bíìlì pẹ̀lú. Mo kàn láàánú ènìyàn rárá o.
Ṣé o ti gbọ́ pé pẹ̀lú Smart Cash o lè fi owó ránṣẹ́ sí ilé ìfowópamọ́ mìíràn, san gbogbo bíìlì rẹ kó dẹ̀ tún gba àláàtì, gbogbo rẹ̀ lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́.
Lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́?
Kódà wọ́n tún máa san ìdá 15 owó èlérí fún ẹ lórí owó tí o bá fi pamọ́ lọ́dún.
Ṣé lóòótọ́? Àwẹ̀ fọ́nà mi. Báwo ni mo ṣe máa darapọ̀ mọ́ Smart Cash?
Ó yá ká lọ. Kàn tẹ *939# tàbí kí o dáńlóòdù áàpù Smart Cash lónìí kí o lè bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní gbádùn gbogbo ìdúnàdúrà rẹ láì ní owó àfikún kankan. Smart Cash, money matter na sense. Smart Cash wá látọwọ́ INT'L.
This Ramadan, emotions ignite. Can rival sisters overcome pride? Will a defiant daughter find forgiveness? Can a bride's faith save her husband? A businessman rediscovers family. An influencer chooses between friends and fame. A single mom discovers even strength needs support.
6 stories, 30 days. Faith, family, friendship, food, forgiveness. Tales of Ramadan Season 2. Catch every dramatic moment on TV and digital. This Ramadan, Maggie turns up the heat.
Me and Maggie, so good together.
Ṣé o ti ṣe tán láti jẹ ìfà? Gbádùn oúnjẹ rẹ pẹ̀lú Coca-Cola tó wọ̀nyí sọ́tún tutù dọ́kàn. Láti fi ẹgbẹ̀ta mílíọ̀nù náírà ṣèfàjẹ́, èèyàn méjì ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ló ń di ọlọ́lá lójoojúmọ́ pẹ̀lú ẹ̀bùn 50 mílíọ̀nù náírà lọ́sọ̀ọ̀sẹ̀. Láti jẹ tàbí kópa nínú ìfà rẹpẹtẹ yìí, ra Coca-Cola onígò tàbí oníke. Ṣe àyẹ̀wò QR code tó wà lórí ìgò tàbí ara ike Coca-Cola náà kí o sì tẹ kóòdù tí ó gbé jáde. Àǹfààní ńlá rèé láti di ọlọ́lá tó ń jẹ ìfà tí ìfà náà ò sì ní ìpalára. Ra Coca-Cola, yẹ kóòdù ara rẹ̀ wò kó jẹ́ ìfà rẹpẹtẹ. Ìlànà àtàdéhùn wà o.
Every meal I cook must taste just right. Rich, delicious, full of love.
We hear you. Your Maggie Star in double cubes. Double the flavor, double the convenience. The same trusted taste you love. Maggie Star Double Cubes. Made from fermented soya and other selected ingredients for that deep flavor and quality that only Maggie brings to your dishes.
Absolutely delicious.
Get Maggie Double Cubes today. Me and Maggie, so good together.
32 FM
94.9.
All right, you're welcome back. You're still on to Break It On People's Review here on your Laughter Diet, 32 FM 94.9. And of course, still taking headlines. And we'll take more headlines out of the national dailies. We're expecting that Austin Iduma joins us right about now. All right, Austin, it's great to have you here.
GBOLABO, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Austin. I was just a little bit apprehensive. I thought we couldn't connect to you again this morning, but it's great to have you back, Austin. Quickly, let's look at what some of the national dailies are saying. Yes, talking about the PDP and what we're seeing as a rancor-filled political party as it stands now because of the fragmentation that is going on within the political party itself. But in the fireworks that is ongoing, should INEC be found? Should they be found in the middle of this firework itself? Because one would have expected that INEC will play a neutral body here. But then what the Turaki-led faction is saying is that INEC appears to be at the center of it all, recognizing a particular faction even before the cases in the court are decided, before they are being decided. What do you have to say about this, Austin?
Yeah, thank you once again. It's unfortunately so that PDP have to find itself in this inflicted or orchestrated political ability within its political party, because the problem is man-made. Now, there was a time that the INEC also recognized the Turaki-led faction. See, INEC is not in the middle of all of this. INEC is bound to obey the law. In my view, the Supreme Court will decide ultimately the faction that should take over the PDP. Now, the judgment of the court is that the PDP convention that was held in Ibadan is either to nullify. If that is nullified, they have to go back to something like the status quo. So a faction is recognized. If we say we did not know that Ibadan convention will not stand the test of time, it means we are liars and the truth is far from us. That's just it. A lot of people come on there, they whip up emotional sentiment, political sentiment. The law is the law, no matter what you view about it. Some people will say, oh, somebody is in charge of judiciary, oh, he's somebody that is causing problem here and there. Fine. But these guys have also inflicted this pain on themselves because no saint among them. Some people who inflicted pain on the party once upon a time, now they are Mr. Right. They want to claim to be saint. Meanwhile, they were part of the problem that they had within the party. If a superior court tomorrow rule otherwise, INEC will obey the latest court judgments. That is how the workings of INEC is. So INEC cannot be said to be biased or to be taking side as far as this matter is concerned. Because you and I knew when they conducted this convention, there was a court injunction, there was a court judgment, and there was an ex parte order. This faction of the PDP, in their wisdom, decided to brush aside court judgment, decided to brush aside a court injunction, and decided to align with an ex parte order of the courts. Thank God the court that nullified the Ibadan Convention is also in Ibadan. So these are issues. If you want to play politics, apart from politics, you must be smart at it. You must also understand the legal implication, the consequences. It's not just about emotion. It's not just about sentiment. So that is where we find ourselves as far as the PDP. Of course, the case will go to the appellate court. Let's see what will come out from there. But the truth of the matter is that INEC is bound under the law to obey a subsisting latest court judgment. That was why at some point, when the case was favoring the Turaki-led faction, INEC had to align with them. So it's going to be like that. That is why you see those who want to contest election, they have no choice at this time than to leave the party. Because they wake up the following morning, it is this faction. Before they sleep the following day, it is another faction. So let's see how it goes. But this is mockery of a political party stability, if you ask me.
All right, Austin. Kwara massacre, UN condemns killings as Turkey pledges support. And now, there've been a lot of mounting pressure on Nigeria to do the needful, especially from the international community and other African countries who are expecting the Nigerians should lead like the big brother. But here we are, Austin. Do we really understand this war itself? Because these are people being massacred. For what reasons? Now, shouldn't there be like an intel, a security analysis? Are these fundamentalists? Are these people who are just taking joy and killing people for nothing? Who are these individuals? Do we need to get to that point? Because we keep saying that, oh, they have an ideology. They want to Islamicize Nigeria. They want to have instances where Nigerians are all Muslims. But the way it's going, it's no longer that case. We've changed from that level. Then we talk about banditry, kidnapping for ransom and all of that. But do we really need to understand the war that we're fighting against in order to be able to tackle it head on?
Yeah, it's a pity that these guys have because of the heat in Zamfara and some other parts of the northwest, they have gradually migrated to the north central largely, making Kwara like the epic center, at least for now. The Kwara state governor also visited the president over the same scenario, because you continue to witness incidences. There was one that was very close to us, that was very close to one of my friends. All of us had to contribute money to pay ransom. I was part of the people that donated money. Eventually, the police said no ransom. Police said no ransom was paid. You know, it's not even the act of kidnapping that is even the issue. I'm telling you now, I have my facts. I'm speaking and God is watching me. I was part of the people that mobilized to raise money for this freedom. And I read in the news that no ransom was paid. You know the type of pain such people will feel, right? Not even the act of kidnapping, but that you parted with money. Some people sold their properties and they will tell you that no ransom was paid. That is just by the way. This issue, we have to deal with it. It is not about Islamization, honestly, except we want to deceive ourselves. When Boko Haram first of all started, the agenda was to push for Islamization. But at some point, the victim by religion is based particularly on areas of attack. That's the truth. There are some places they will attack. You know the religion that is most dominant in such area. These people want to cause crisis between us. There must be religion harmony. We can deal with them. We can tackle them. So whatever we have to do, the truth of the matter is we are not on top of the situation yet. Of course, our military is doing exploit as far as arrests, blocking channels, cutting them. I think about 3 or 4 days ago, the Tibotum Triangle in Borno, in the Lake Chad area, was attacked. And a lot of terrorists, the bandits, they were neutralized and their camp are overrun by the military. So these are huge successes that we are making, but there are still a lot of attack that is making us to have sleepless night. So the government, the military, they have to do everything within their power. We also have it on good authority that the U.S. government is also trying to intensify collaboration through the AFRICOM, the African Command that comprises the United Nations, the United States of America, troop and intelligence. So they're also trying to help us in so many ways. They're also trying to supply equipment to us. The president also went to Turkey. There have been a lot of arrangement as far as security, military hardwares are concerned. Whatever we have to do, there should be no excuses. We must win this war. We have to win this war. It does not make sense for people to gather to worship their gods, irrespective of their faith, and they get adopted. It must not look like a crime to be a citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So whatever we have to do, governors too need to do more. The Kwara state government is not doing enough. They need to do more. Of course, we talked about the federal government every time. Security rests squarely on the federal government, but security too is local. So the governors really need to put their feet on the ground to nip some of these crises in the bud. We learned that Bello Toji is running from Zamfara axis, and his men were sighted around North Central, particularly Kwara. We must be able to trail their movement. Of course, we have ungoverned spaces like large forests. We must deal with the situation. No matter the effort of the government, as far as today is concerned, the efforts and their best is not enough.
All right, Austin, but in real sense of it, can we explain what we are fighting against? Because beyond Obasanjo, former President Obasanjo has a military background. Beyond what he told us some years back, he said from some of the reports that there were plans to Islamize Nigeria, linking such agendas to rising insecurity. And if you could see what he was saying, he said that these are connected to Islamization, attempts to rise of Boko Haram and other extremist violence in Nigeria. And these are some of the things that he saw, that if this thing is not being contained, talking about religious extremism, that will have a major insecurity catastrophe in the country. And that's what we're presently going through. Beyond Obasanjo giving us this explicitly, we've not seen any kind of military intel that gives us an idea of what we're really fighting against. Today we're talking about kidnapping kidnapping. Tomorrow we're talking about massacre. Now, what do we really understand? Then you also talk about suicide bombers at a point in time. What are we trying to war against? Do we understand what we're fighting against beyond what Obasanjo told us some time past?
Yeah, like I said earlier, when the Boko Haram, if you look at Boko Haram has been substantially decimated from reports. They no longer attack like they used to. I mean Boko Haram. When the idea of Boko Haram started, it was to drive a particular agenda, which is ideological, which is more of religious in nature. That was when it started, I think around 2009 or so. But the rate of banditry that we are witnessing today, these are pure criminals. They have no agenda. They have no ideology. They are not in need for money. Imagine you kidnapping some people and making, it depends on the case, making like 1 billion from a particular operation. Will you want to give up such enterprise easily? So that is it. These guys are in need just for criminal purposes, just for the money. That's the truth. If you say that, the idea of Islamization that people talk about now is just to give the dog a bad name in order to hang it.
Austin, I will have you hold your thoughts briefly. Austin, can you hear me? I will have you hold your thought briefly. We'll go on this, playing these bills, and we'll be back shortly afterwards. Please do stay with us.
Feel better about your life.
32 FM, 94.9, the antidote to depression.
Every meal I cook must taste just right. Rich, delicious, full of love.
We hear you. Your Maggie Star in double cubes. Double the flavor, double the convenience. The same trusted taste you love. Maggie Star Double Cubes, made from fermented soya and other selected ingredients for that deep flavor and quality that only Maggie brings to your dishes.
Absolutely delicious.
Get Maggie Double Cubes today. Me and Maggie, so good together.
Here you go, dear.
Mom, you didn't add milk.
No need to. Taste it and see why.
Wow, but how?
Is it milky?
Yes.
Is it creamy?
Yes.
That's Milo 3-in-1 milky and creamy for you. It's so milky. I don't need to add more milk.
I love it, Mommy.
Give your kids Milo 3-in-1, milky and creamy. It's truly milky. It contains calcium to help your champ win every day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo.
This Ramadan, emotions ignite. Can rival sisters overcome pride? Will a defiant daughter find forgiveness? Can a bride's faith save her husband? A businessman rediscovers family. An influencer chooses between friends and fame. A single mom discovers even strength needs support.
6 stories, 30 days. Faith, family, friendship, food, forgiveness. Tales of Ramadan Season 2. Catch every dramatic moment on TV and digital. This Ramadan, Maggie turns up the heat.
Me and Maggie, so good together.
Ahlan wa sahlan famarhaba ya shaghril karim. Oṣù bùkún, oṣù àforíjìn, oṣù Ramadan máa wulẹ̀ máa rọra. Oṣù tí Ọlọ́run Ọba Allah sọ wípé gbogbo ẹni bá ṣe dáadáa kan níbẹ̀ òun yóò san ní ẹ̀san lọ́pọ̀. Nínú iṣẹ́ ládá tí ẹ̀dá tún lè ṣe, tí ládá ẹ̀dá ó tún fi tẹ̀sùn lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run Ọba Allah. Ó ní kí ẹ̀dá ó máa ná nínú tí Ọlọ́run fún lóore sójú ọ̀nà t'Ọlọ́run. Kí ládá tèmi tìrẹ lè tún tẹ̀sùn lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run Ọba Allah. Pàtàkì jùlọ nínú oṣù Ramadan. Ìdí nìyí tí ìkànnì 32 FM 94.9 tá a kalẹ̀ ká sájà kan kòkó ọ̀zùgbẹ̀ nílẹ̀ Ìbàdàn fi ṣe àgbékalẹ̀ àwọn ètò ọlọ́kan òjọ̀kan tí a lè ṣe onígbọ̀wọ́ rẹ̀ nínú oṣù Ramadan yìí láti jẹ́ kí ládàá tiwa náà tún kún kẹ́kẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́run Ọba. Àwọn ètò tí a lè ṣe onígbọ̀wọ́ rẹ̀ bíi wáàsí ọlọ́gbọ̀n ìṣẹ́jú, oníṣẹ́jú mẹ́ẹ̀ẹ́dógún, oníṣẹ́jú mẹ́wàá àti oníṣẹ́jú márùn-ún. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ni ìrun pípè lọ́lọ́kan òjọ̀kan àti àwọn ètò kíní àti ètò ìpolówó ọjà lówó tí ò gajara lọ. Fún ẹ̀kúnrẹ́rẹ́ àlàyé ẹ̀lọ́ Ali ní 081 43 38 0224 Yusuf 080 53 56 11 31. Ramadan ọdún yìí kò ní jẹ́ àṣemọ fún wa o. Allahumma àmín.
Àwọn tí tún dòde oṣù Ramadan mọ̀rí abá.
Wetin happen? Omo, Every time I do small transaction, they don't slam me with original extra charges. SMS alert, bank transfer, even bill payment safe. They know they pity person at all. You never hear say with Smart Cash, you fit send money go another bank, pay your bills, and receive SMS alert all for free. For free? Yes, now for free. Then go even pay you 15% interest per annum on top your savings.
Hey, got some for me now. If you join Smart Cash,
dial *939# or download the Smart Cash app today to begin enjoy zero extra charges on all transactions. Smart Cash, money matter na sense. Smart Cash na by INT'L.
Win from over 80 million naira in cash and exciting prizes in the Golden Hunt promo.
This promo, there's no need for advert anymore.
Because
my mom alone can hunt down any gist. How much more 80 million naira in prizes with the whole family involved?
Naija, let the Golden Hunt begin. Just buy any Golden Morn Golden Hunt 30 gram or 45 gram promo pack. Look inside for a unique code and dial *8011*1# for a chance to win big. Promo ends April 15, 2026. Golden Morn. Make every day golden.
This Ramadan, emotions ignite. Can rival sisters overcome pride? Will a defiant daughter find forgiveness? Can a bride's faith save her husband? A businessman rediscovers family. An influencer chooses between friends and fame. A single mom discovers even strength needs support.
6 stories, 30 days. Faith, family, friendship, food, forgiveness. Tales of Ramadan Season 2. Catch every dramatic moment on TV and digital. This Ramadan, Maggie turns up the heat.
Me and Maggie, so good together.
This year 2026, may you buy land. Amen. May you build houses. Amen. May you live long enough to dwell in them. Amen. And see your investment yield every return.
Now that we have prayed, it's time to take action. We are Substance Property, and we've partnered with your darling station, 32FM 94.9, to kickstart your investment journey. Check out our lands at Orange Estate, Ido, off Oluguneru Road, and Mango Estates, Akufo, off Lifefort International School. A plot costs 3 million and 2 million naira respectively, with an option to structure payments for as long as 6 months. You can call or chat with Substance on 0916 461 5000 or 0911 555 0055. Take your first step in owning your dream home today. Substance Property, created to house the world.
You don't ready to win? Make you enjoy your food with one ice cold Coca-Cola. And you fit win your share from 600 million naira. Now 2 millionaires will they make every day. Plus over 50 million naira for weekly prizes. Just buy any Coke when get glass or plastic bottle. Scan the QR code for the cover of the glass bottle or for the label of the plastic one. Then check the code when they under the cover for your chance to become millionaire and win better prizes. Buy, scan, find, win. T's and C's apply.
Here you go, dear.
Mom, you didn't add milk.
No need to. Taste it and see why.
Wow, but how?
Is it milky?
Yes.
Is it creamy?
Yes.
That's Milo 3-in-1 milky and creamy for you. It's so milky. I don't need to add more milk.
I love it, Mommy.
Give your kids Milo 3-in-1, milky and creamy. It's truly milky. It contains calcium to help your champ win every day. Milo, energy to go further.
Milo!
Every meal I cook must taste just right. Rich, delicious, full of love.
We hear you. Your Maggie Star in double cubes. Double the flavor, double the convenience. The same trusted taste you love. Maggie Star Double Cubes. Made from fermented soya and other selected ingredients for that deep flavor and quality that only Maggie brings to your dishes.
Absolutely delicious.
Get Maggie Double Cubes today. Me and Maggie, so good together.
You're listening to 32 FM 94.9.
All right, you're welcome back. You're still on to Break It Down Papers Review here on your Laughter Dial 32 FM 94.9. Austin, you were on your thoughts before we went on that break.
Yeah, GBOLABO.
All right, Austin, please go ahead.
Can Can
Yes.
you hear me? Yeah, I was actually saying that the agenda of Boko Haram, for example, we are dealing with two things now. We have Boko Haram, we have the bandit. Of course, I believe that this bandit too, they commit act of terrorism. It is no longer true that it's about Islamizing the country. That is not even possible anyway. That's my personal opinion. The truth of the matter is that immediately Trump started having interest for the Christians in Nigeria, quote and unquote, attack against churches increased, because before then it was not really so. There have been a couple of attacks here and there, but it has actually increased. That's the truth. I think there is a narrative to make the US, for example, press hard sanction against the country, because how come about that you just see people now go to church, adult people? So my view is that it is not about Islamization. These people, they are in need for money. They are just criminal that the government need to take out at all costs. The dominant religion in places of attack determines the level of religious casualty. For example, if they attack people in Southern Kaduna, for example, most likely Christians will be more. If they attack people in Northern Borno, for example, Muslim will be more. If they attack people in Zamfara, for example, Muslim will be more. If they attack people in Benue, for example, and so on and so forth. So this is a narrative to cause confusion, to cause especially religious disharmony and dichotomy among us. That is why government really need to stand at the gap, prove beyond reasonable doubt that this is not so, that this cannot happen by way of arrest, by way of taking these guys out at all costs.
All right, then I want us to quickly touch on this as well before opening the phone lines. And this is talking about our refinery. And Dangote Refinery is saying that dependence on coastal logistics may push petrol pump price to 1,000 naira per litre. And a number of people will be saying, how do we cope with this one? Now, 1,000 naira per litre, and it means that that could be more than that in some filling stations. But now coastline appears to be what the Dangote Refinery is talking about. Are we saying that we can no longer trust our pipelines? If we're not going to be trusting our refineries and now our pipelines are also included, Austin, what are we going to be dealing with in the petroleum sector? Does it need a total overhaul or just declare emergency in that sector to fix things?
Yeah, if you talk about overhaul, why not? But this statement from Dangote Refinery is just like an opinion, an observation, and a kind of advice. The coastal road is being developed. We know the proximity to the Lekki Free Trade Zone, to where Dangote Refinery is located. So this refinery issued a statement proactively that coastal logistics are more expensive. What do we call coastal logistics? Maybe you want to ferry petroleum products through the sea. You want to use boats. You want to use ship to transport them. Then compared to pipeline transportation, compared to road transportation, out of these three modes of transportation that petroleum product can be transported, the coastal aspect of it is more expensive. So Dangote is saying that if we embrace the coastal logistics form of distribution of petroleum product, it's going to come with additional increment of $75 naira per liter, additional cost of 75 naira per liter. And if you put that together as depot price, the margin for profit, it will be close to 1,000 naira per liter. So that is what the Dangote Refinery is trying to let us know, that the choice is for marketers to embrace the best and most cost-effective mode of transportation. I think they do that by road majorly and sometimes through pipeline, especially in Lagos. This cost is going to affect especially in Lagos. So let the marketers, Dangote Refinery, this is not like a death sentence, because some people can start reacting to this now, hiking prices and ordering the product, causing speculative buying and panic buying. No, all of that should not happen. Dangote Refinery didn't say that fuel will be sold for 1,000. They are only looking at the circumstance. What have they been using in transportation before to maintain the current level of price before the development of the coastal road? So, you know, anything that has to do with coastal is always very expensive. it costs more to live in coastal area. It costs more to live in coastal town. So that is why things are even more expensive in the Niger Delta than some other area that are not in that axis. So this is not like a panic call. It is not an alarming call. Let marketers, critical stakeholders within the sector, vis-a-vis government agency, let them sit down. Let them look at the best approach for sustainable logistics within the downstream petroleum sector. So this is, if there is anything, prices should come down. Whatever method that can make prices to come down, that is what we should embrace.
All right, Dawson, so we're not talking about international market determining the price of PMS any longer if we're concentrating on the coastline transportation of petrol itself, or how do we add up with this, or the forex itself?
No, the idea, before, because we lack local refining capacity, we every time react to global crude price, especially if there's a surge. About a week ago, there was also a surge. There was a surge when Donald Trump threatened to bombard Iran. Immediately, the price of crude went up. I think it went up above the federal government benchmark for crude. The market has a way of reacting, but because we earn more of forest now, our forest is no longer being depleted for importation of petroleum products. Before, CBN spent 30% of our earnings, 30% of our total earnings in terms of our reserve. They spent 30% of it for importation of petroleum products. That finally has helped us to save, if not all of that, close to all of that. So that is why, like last week's scenario that I just told you now, Donald Trump just made a statement about Iran and price of crude went up in the international market. Imagine if there was no Dangote refinery before, that price will reflect at the pump and it will increase pump price and will make life unbearable for the people of the country. There is nothing like local refining capacity. These are areas where government need to work on, attract investors into the sector. Let there be smaller refinery even than Dangote refinery. Before you know it, we are good to go. So as far as I'm concerned, no cause to worry. But we must be proactive. We must do the needful as a matter of urgency.
All right, the phone lines are 070-55,949 or 080-97,949. Do remember we're live on our socials, 32FM 949 Fenya with double E's on Facebook and also on YouTube. All right, the numbers again are 070-55,949 or 080-97,949. Hello, good morning.
Hello, GBOLABO.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Austin, good morning. This is Benga calling from Akpata.
Right.
Well, I have nothing to say on all you have read this morning, but the only thing that concerns me is the killing in Kwara State. GBOLABO is becoming too many. It's becoming norms. It's becoming a normal thing in the country. Only God knows which area is going to be the next target in Kwara. What is happening to us, GBOLABO? Austin, what do you think we can do that we can put an end to this man? I was watching the video yesterday where I saw young children, kids being murdered. Austin, what is their sin? Their sin is because they are Nigerians and they live in Kwara State, and that is just that's just their sin. Somebody was saying this morning on a platform. He said before the massacre that happened in Kwara State, he said those assailants that they have been seeing them for some time past now. He said they will stop the residents of that area whenever they are going to market or whatever, and they will be preaching to them. They will be preaching to them about this. And anyone that does not want to listen to them will be killed. They said a member of that community said that yesterday on the platform. So, Austin, I think that you just try and give the government an advice on how we can put an end to this menace. Thank you very much, and God bless you, GBOLABO.
All right, thank you so much, Benga Mary, for that. We have another caller here. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
John Lalwaji speaking from Magduru.
All right, please go ahead, John.
Yeah, thank you very much. First and foremost, on the issue of PDP, I think that was a chaos that indicted the National Secretary of the PDP, Senator Anyanwu. That case from the Abuja High Court.
that his time cannot be extended anymore. So I don't know whether is there any court that I'm justifying that he should be continued as a national chairman of secretary of PDP. And then if the case is still there, so now that another court now justify Wike fashion. Is this man that will continue as a national secretary that they were planning for their convention? Is it going to be a legal one? That's my question for that. Our second one is that on the issue of security. You know, as you mentioned Baba from just the statement he made for some years ago about nationalization and Islamization, and then the analyst talking about whether this thing is not about religion stuff, but the people that they killed in Ilorin of this recent, according to the information and the news, he said that it was because those people refused to practice their own Muslim way. That was why they killed them. What can we call about that one? You know about the religion. I think they were different of the people. There are some people that are doing it for the business, and there are some people that are doing it in case of religion something. And the government needs to deal with these people. And that's what I said, we're supposed to even make law that we bind this thing. Issue of religion and the driver supposed to be taken serious. Thank you and good morning.
Thank you so much, John Olaruwaju there. All right, on Facebook we have Sulaiman Sharif. Condemnation is necessary, but prevention is essential. Justice for victims must go beyond statements and result in lasting security for citizens. Okedino Babatunde, good morning too. PDP should stop obeying selective court judgment. GSM-led PDP should approach the appeal court to fight their case. 𝐒𝐍𝐵 Agedo says, good morning, Austin. I have to disagree with you. Today, the jihadist Islamic extremists, they attack liberal Muslims too. They want to force radical Islam all through Nigeria. Austin, please don't deviate. I'm shocked. All right, we have that one. We have Oluwabomi Adefuse says, good morning to you. Good morning to you too as well. And he's saying, and the analyst too, is no more in news that government at the center led by APC has failed for allowing the minority entity to be killing the innocent citizens in the name of ransom and religion agenda. All right, we also have, that's Prince Bomi Adefuse. We also have this one. Omadi Adekunle says the decision to reject electronic transmission of result is concerning at a time when Nigerians are calling for stronger electoral credibility. Embracing technology could enhance transparency and public confidence in our elections. Austin, I want us to quickly touch on that because another headline here says Senate didn't reject electronic transmission of election results. That's according to Minority Caucus. They clarify that now we are seeing the news saying that the Senate has outrightly rejected electronic transmission of results itself. But what we are seeing from the Minority Caucus, they're saying that is not the case. Austin, how do we touch this?
Yeah, that was not actually the case. If you look at electronic transmission of results, it has always been in the Electoral Act, especially since 2022, it has always been there. I think where people are missing it is non-manual transmission. You know, a lot of people wanted pure and absolute electronic transmission. The Electoral Act 2022 made provision for both. You can transmit results electronically, and on some occasions, you can also do manual transmission. Now, the Senate left it the way it was. They left both manual and electronic transmission. So that is where the dichotomy is. A lot of people on the streets wanted absolute electronic transmission. You know, that was the biggest problem we had in 2023 general election, especially the presidential election, where all other form of election were transmitted electronically, and that of the presidential election was transmitted electronically, but it was not real time. The election was conducted on Saturday. About 72 hours later, they were able to achieve 48% electronic transmission. So that was not what INEC chairman promised Nigerians at that time. The Constitution or the Electoral Act did not say that the only means of transmitting result is electronic, but the then INEC chairman came on air to promise Nigeria that they were going to transmit results electronically. And that of the presidential election, they couldn't do it. That was why there were a lot of suspicion that why was it that the same state where senatorial and national assembly elections were conducted, they were able to transmit. How come they were not able to do real-time transmission? It's not as if they didn't even transmit at all. So that's the bone of contention. So the Senate just simply adopted what was in 2022 Electoral Act. They retained both electronic and manual transmission.
All right,
and
Austin.
a lot of politicians, especially the opposition element, they are not really pleased with that. Those who are in government today were not also pleased with it when they were in the opposition. So that is the way politicians behave.
All right, Austin. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I think your analysis sometimes seems to be economical with truth. This particular Kwara situation, the victim said it's because of religion. And if you want to be, we don't want to demarcate Nigeria. You don't need to dispute what they said. They said it is because, and it's everywhere. Even the king there that they interviewed, we all saw it in the news yesterday, live. He said because they're canvassing for them to change their religion. That's why. That point is purely a religion crisis. It's not because they want money or whatever. They may need money, but we should not leave truth alone and be saying something to cover the issue. And so that one, let it be known that it is a very clear religious whatever that those people were after. They targeted those particular communities because of that, because they have been terrorizing them that they should change, they have been canvassing, they should change the religion when they refused, and they even wrote them. They read it, we saw it live now. They interviewed those that when they wrote them there, and because of that, now someone come to the hair and be saying when they kill somebody in the body, it will be posted. When they kill somebody in the I don't know they may do that, but this particular one is about religion. So, and that fact must be established. Then secondly, about the national assembly, the transfer and whatever, what he said now, your analyst said, is also negates what the minority caucus said. They came out categorically that 𝐒𝐈𝐕 led them, about 18 of them. They said the act in 2022 was transfer. And they said they were hammering it that what they did now is that they replaced that transfer to transmission. They said they should challenge 𝐒𝐈𝐕. We all said it this live. I watched it live, my home. It's not that I read it or I saw it on any platform. They came out to counter that thing that your analyst was saying now, that he said it's option, transmission or whatever. He said they did not pass any option, that they passed direct transmission of result. They said it meant that they replaced that transfer. That transfer was the one causing problem, that the people are not the INEC can dodge under that particular one. So they said this time around is transmission result that they voted for and they passed, that they are waiting for the set or whatever they will do. So they said the public should know that they don't want the public to be confused. But this analyst now is here saying they make option one transmission, 122 fact. This one was said categorically. 𝐒𝐈𝐕 led those groups and they were interviewed.
Taken. That's quite taken, and we have to leave the studios any moment from now. We have this one, Toluwa Lashe Adetola says, what we're witnessing in PDP is a struggle between personal influence and institutional integrity. No political party can survive when individuals treat it as a private estate. All right, Austin, we have to leave the studios right about now. One last shot as we leave the studios and summary of what we've said this morning.
Yeah, 𝐒𝐈𝐕 is not the Nigerian Senate. This is not the first time you see minority caucus coming out to maintain such a position. A lot of people listening with emotion, they analyze with sentiments. Let's see how it goes. The Senate retained both electronic and manual transmission of results. They merely adopted that particular clause in the 2022 Electoral Act. Thank you. God bless Nigeria.
All right, thank you so much, Austin, for doing this with us. And to all our callers and those still calling, we say a big thank you. Those who sent in their messages on our socials, a big thank you as well. That's too much we can take on the Break It On Papers review this morning. Do join us again tomorrow, 6 a.m. for another interesting edition. My name is GBOLABO, famous call, and the Smart Kid Show is up next. Please do stay with us.